Welcome back to Aeon's End, where we have Kadir and Mazhadron taking on the Carapace Queen. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to reshuffle these a little bit at the beginning, so I don't know what order these things are in. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. Turn order is the beginning of the round, so we're going to see which player or the nemesis goes first, and it will be player 2 going first. That's going to be Mazhadron. So let's go to his play area and see what he wants to do. And the first thing we do, of course, is we cast any prepped spells if we want to. We don't have to on the open breaches, but we are going to cast it. We're going to cast his spark spell, which means he's going to attack one of the husks. I'm going to take that off of the husk track. Now there's only 4 on there. And now he's going to be playing his cards. He's got a spark, crystal, and he has his World Heart Shard. So of course he'll prep his 2 spark spells to his 2 open breaches. And now he has a decision to make. So if gain 2, that can only be used to gain a card. Place the next card you gain this turn on top of any ally's discard pile. And I think we're going to do that. He's going to do this, so it's going to be 2-3. He's going to have 4 ether, and he'll be able to place a card he purchases on top of Kadir's discard pile. And so he is going to purchase, what's he going to purchase? He's going to purchase Kindle for Kadir, and this is going to go on top of Kindle's discard pile. So we're going to do that. So that was him using his cards, and now he gets to place them back in any order. Now he's finished his turn, so we'll put him this way. He's going to draw 5 new cards for his next turn, which will be crystal, and carbonize. All right, we're going to go back to turn order, and we're going to see who's going next. Okay, turn order time again, and let's see who goes next. And this time it's player 1. All right, over to Kadir to see what she's going to play. All right, so Kadir has 2 spark spells prepped. She's going to shoot off both of them. She's going to deal 1 to a husk, so that's going to remove 1 of the husks off the board, and she's also going to hit the Carapace Queen for 1 damage. So first blood against the Carapace Queen. All right, I think that was probably a good idea. We've got to eventually get the Carapace Queen, of course, to 0 hit points to take her out, and we've now reduced the husk track back to that first level. All right, now Kadir can play cards, and she is once again going to play the Emerald Shard as any player gains 1 life. So that means Mazhadron is going to go from 8 health up to 9. So that's okay. And then she has 2, 3, 4. She has 5 ether to spend. And with her 5 ether to spend, she will purchase Feral Lightning, which is the spell may be prepped to a closed breach without focusing or opening it. So this can just be prepped to any breach if you want, and it's deal 3 damage. Pretty cool. All right, she's purchased that. That's going to be the end, basically, of her turn. And so she gets to put these cards back in any order. She will put the Emerald Shard on top, and then she'll put these ones this way. All right. End of Kadir's turn. Of course, she's going to draw 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, with 4, this is going to flip over. She's going to draw 1 more card, which is Kindle. So now for her next turn, she has Kindle, crystal, and spark. All right. That was Kadir's turn pretty quickly. Back now to the turn order to see who's going to go next to the turn order deck. And the likelihood of the nemesis coming up is getting pretty good. Indeed, it is the nemesis. All right, well, so far the nemesis has no cards in play. I think I'm going to put him down here. So the next thing we do is we draw one of the nemesis cards and see what lovely thing it has to say for us. Agony Field. This is a power card. To discard, destroy a card. To discard, destroy a card in hand that costs 2 ether or more. Power 2, unleash. So we're going to put 2 power on here, and it's going to If it activates, it will unleash. Any player discards 3 cards and then draws 1. Not horrible. And this is destroy a card in hand worth 2 ether to get rid of the agony field. Unleashing, though, adds 2 husks to the board, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. So I'm going to put a little die on here with a 2 on it, so we know that it will trigger after 2 more turns. So this is not going to happen, of course, right away. But the next time the Nemesis goes, this is going to click down 1. And that's going to very quickly then be the Nemesis turn. So we have this agony field out. Let's see who is going to be up next then. The Nemesis goes again, so twice in a row. So what's going to happen as we look at the cards? Of course, this card is in play. It has 2 charges, 2 power charges on it. It now goes down to 1. When this 1 goes away, then this card will take effect. All right, that was doing the cards. Up next, of course, another Nemesis card. 2 turns in a row, pretty nasty. This time we get a minion. It's 5 health Bloodworm minion. It says if there is at least 1 husk in play, prevent all damage dealt to this minion. Ooh, so we have to get rid of all the husks in play before we can hit this guy. That is bad. Persistent, place a husk into play. Well, that's not going to activate right now, but oh man, that is actually not very good. All right. Wow, this is going to be a tough playthrough, I think, for our 2 heroes, but you never know. We've got 1 health off of the Carapace Queen. All right, up next is going to be player turns because the Nemesis has already gone twice, and the player that's going to be going now will be player 1 again, which is Kadir. So let's go over to Kadir's area, and we're going to have her take her turn. All right, so Kadir has no prepped spells, so we're going to go right into playing spells. Wow, this is brutal this time. Well, she has Kindle. She has 1, 2, 3 crystals and a spark. It says, while prepped during your main phase, you may also prep 1 spark to the breach. This spell is prepped too. Well, we don't need to do it. We have 2 open breaches, but we'll do it anyway, just to show you how it works. So when prepped during your main phase, which is now, we can prep a spark here as well. So we can have Kindle and spark prepped to the same breach. Very cool. She's got 1, 2, 3 crystals, giving her 3 ether to spend. And with 3 ether, I think she's going to go ahead and she's going to get this leeching agate. And when you gain this, you gain a charge. So she's going to gain it. She will gain another charge. And that's going to be the end of her turn. So now she can put these back in any order. Of course, they're all the same. It's going to go there. She's going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For her next hand, and we're going to see what they are. She gets a spark. She gets a leeching agate, emerald shard, and feral lightning. So lots of good stuff here, I think. And she's got 2 of her 5 charges built up now. That's going to be the end of Kadir's turn, and we're going to see who goes next. All right, and there's only 1 card left, so we know which one it's going to be. Player 2 again, which is Mazahedron. And now that I'm thinking, I probably should have got rid of the agony field with the crystal card that Kadir had, but we're going to live with it. Hope that our Carapace Queen doesn't trigger first in the next episode before either player 1 or player 2. But anyway, now it's Mazahedron's turn. Let's go down to his play area and have him take his turn. All right, Mazahedron has 2 spark spells prepped, so he's going to use both of them, and he's going to remove 2 husks. So that doesn't quite get all the husks off the board. There's still 1 left. But remember, we can't attack that bloodworm until all the husks are off the husk track. So that's pretty brutal. And now it's back to Hadron playing cards. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 crystals and Carbonize. Carbonize is a spell, so he will prep it to open breach number 1. It's to deal 3 damage, but we'll deal with it when it gets to us. He has 4 ether to spend, and I wonder if he should start doing something with getting charges, but I think he wants to get a spell instead. Which spell does he want to get for 4? Or does he want to get... Oh man, it's tricky. For 4, eh? I think he's going to go ahead. He's going to get a spell. He's going to get Jagged Lightning. Cast, deal 3 damage. You may discard a card in hand. If you do, any player focuses their closed breach with the lowest focus cost. So this will be able to help Kadir focus. So we're going to purchase that card. And then he can put these back in the order. They're all the same. So they're just going to go on here. Of course, his deck will flip over. And he has to draw 5 new cards for his next hand. 3, 4, and 5. And the 5 cards, he's going to have a Spark, Crystal, World Heart Shard, and another Spark. All right. Okay, we're going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up the episode for today. That was another full round. So we'll see how we're doing here. All right, I thought the Carapace Queen was going to be a rough go. I'll give this a quick shuffle. Like I said, we'll reshuffle this again at the start of the next episode anyway, but we'll give it a pre-shuffle here. So we did 1 damage to the Carapace Queen. This Bloodworm I do not like. You cannot hit this one until there are no husks up here. Of course, the Swarm ability here is add 4 husks into play, so that's a little bit tricky, I think. This Agony Field, if the Nemesis gets to go first or before either of our players' next turn, this thing's going to trigger. Now, does Kadir? Kadir does have a 2-cost gem, so she can get rid of the Agony Field, and I can't remember if, as Hadron does, he does not. So the only way we're going to pull this off without the Agony Field triggering in the next episode is we have to have player 1 go before the Carapace Queen. So I'm not sure that's going to happen. So anyway, this is Aeon's End. I have now War Eternal, the original game, and its 2 original expansions all thrown in here. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, your likes. Very much appreciated. And join me next time for the continuation of Kadir and Mezhadron versus the Carapace Queen.